Today, it is day 9 of my beautiful 28-day somatic journey. If you're new to the channel, my name is Cheryl with Yoga in Small Spaces. And I've been doing a daily practice, today being day 9 of gentle somatic yoga. Each day, I'm doing 2 different somatic movement flows. Sometimes there's a somatic movement flow and a meditation or a breath work and a movement. So I'm just kind of mixing it up for these 28 days for myself, but also for you as the viewer or participant to get a good little catalog of these movements and see what works for you. Most of them for these 28 days, I'm not going into any real deep enhanced somatic movements. I'm just moving with the basics and getting this time to connect with my soma. If somatics is new for you, soma means basically the inner knowing from yourself, from the inside out. What are you feeling? What are the sensations? How is the mind working with the movement, the nervous system, physical sensation? It's like the whole package. So it's a nice, gentle practice, but you get a lot of benefits in these small, gentle, actually I should just say not small, gentle, but like nice, gentle movements. They're not fast. They have purpose. And the main purposes of doing a somatic practice is re-educating, reprogramming. So the re-education is more for like also our nervous system, our neurons, also teaching the muscles how to fully release contraction, because over a long time, our muscles just don't know how to let go and be in a relaxed state. The repatterning portion, reprogramming, is reprogramming our neurons, our nervous system, to allow the connection between the brain and the muscles, that communication, so the muscles can completely let go and eventually can decrease or help erase chronic tension, chronic pain. Even if you don't have chronic pain or tension, it's just a great way of learning about yourself, your own soma. So for today's poses, being day 9, we're going to do number 1 is going to be a somatic movement flow called the rainbow. And then the other one is going to be our somatic movement flow called the swimming frog. So reason I have a different angle to the camera today, I wanted you to see basically what I'm doing, have a better view. And I don't know if she's going to move on us, but you can kind of see Gracie's with us today. Our dog. So usually if she's in the trailer and I'm at that different angle, you can't see her. But hey, hi. So anyways, just in case you see that movement to the side, that's the amazing Gracie. Some of you already know her. She's 10 years old and full of awesomeness, aren't you? Yeah. All right. So let's take a sip here. And we're going to get ready for that first somatic movement flow, which is the rainbow. The rainbow is a beautiful movement that can be used at the beginning of any somatic practice also, because it really gets the body gently moving, getting you to connect with your soma. Even though you're sitting, there's connection from the head to the toes. Camera's shaking a little bit because Gracie has decided to turn around. There. Ooh. There she goes. So anyways, okay. With this rainbow, you can do this on a couch, on a bed, on the ground. If you're noticing having legs crossed is just too much, if you have chronic knee pain or things that just don't feel right within the lower back and hips, pelvis, you can have leg extended, both legs extended. You can have blankets and stuff underneath the legs for support. You can have also, if you're noticing, if your legs don't come to the ground and you want to put support on the outside of those legs, you add what feels natural for you. So let's first have a little pre-check on how we're feeling before we start flowing through our rainbow. Just allowing this yourself to be seated in stillness. And just noticing sensations throughout your whole body. So for myself, where this is my practice, I'm noticing my shoulders feel a little bit tight, so I'm just going to give them permission to drop down a little bit. Tuck my chin back a little bit. Just feeling my occiput, that's the base of the skull, being pulled up a little bit more. I'm going to tuck my tailbone just gently. So it feels like my hips are going back, tailbone's coming forward. And just noticing if I'm able to stack my vertebra on top of each other, a little bit more elongation to the spine. I definitely have a nice little knot in my neck today on the right. So I'm noticing that. I have a little bit of sensation in my lower right side. As if you've been following along these last 9 days, that's one of my awesome friendly reminder spots. You can have the hands palms down or palms up. Noticing my breath is smooth today, in and out of the nose. So we're going to go through a set of rainbow, just so you get an idea of the movement and fluidity. And what's really nice about somatics, you can kind of play around with it. You don't have to go, oh, arm straight this way, has to be this way. I want you to feel like I'm going to be doing through my soma, through my body, where I want to target on this movement. And you'll see what I mean here after the sets that we do. So we're going to start with the right side. I'm going to put my right hand down onto the ground, sliding it out a little bit more, and just a little bit of a bend into my elbow. I'm going to allow my left arm to sweep up, coming all the way down. I'm going to pause and then sweep back up. And you can tell it's like I am drawing a rainbow. And now I'm going to change the direction of my arm, coming around the front. Pausing for a moment here, allowing my head to be heavy, and then coming out of my rainbow. And then I'm going to allow a bigger rainbow this way. And pausing. Coming back up. And now I'm going to have one just come right over. Releasing my arm down. I'm allowing my left hip to stay anchored down. And then I'm going to come back up and pause. So you'll notice on that first set, it was just very fluid. I was just kind of organically moving through the effect of the movement of my left arm coming across or over. Now I'm going to add a pendiculation, okay? So I'm at center. I'm going to bring my left arm up. I'm going to hug my muscles in. I can even make a gentle fist, a little bit of a muscle contraction. And then gently let go, releasing all muscular effort. Pause. I'm going to add a different pendiculation. I'm going to come up, sweeping my arm forward, pull everything in, muscle contraction, and then gently release muscular effort. Now I'm going to come up over, hugging in, shoulder, deltoid. Have a little bit of contraction into my lats, growing my muscles, and then release. Just want to do one more. I'm going to sweep down, up, over, contract in, and then gently let it go. And I'm just going to slowly come back up. Now you can keep your legs the way they are. If you had your left leg extended or right and you want to switch, you can do that. I'm going to put my left in front of my right. You don't have to, but I like to give the little bit of a switch where I'm working on the other side. So let's move into that organic flow of the rainbow first, just feeling the sweep of the arm, connecting with the movement of my right arm coming up and over, and noticing what I'm feeling within the body with these flowing movements. So I'm going to put my left hand down to the ground. I'm going to sweep, right arm up, and then let go. Pause. Sweep back up. I'm going to change the direction of my arm. Let go. Pause. Sweeping up. So right now I'm not really doing a pendiculation, just playing around with the angle of my arm coming up and over. I'm noticing I am definitely more tight on my right outer side of my body. One more. I'm going to sweep down and over. Release. And then I'm going to come all the way up. So on the second set, this is where I'm going to put that pendiculation, the yawn. So the contraction of the muscle and then the full, complete release of the muscles. So here we go. I'm going to come up over. I'm going to hug in here. And then completely let go. Release. And you want these pauses in between, feeling the muscles become just heavy but light. They're just releasing. Then coming up, I'm going to sweep my arm around. Hug in my muscles, contract. And now giving myself permission to let go. Coming up again, this time up. And I want to do like a nice little bend into my elbow, pulling everything in. And then releasing. And just one more. I want to sweep my arm down, up, around, hug in, and then completely let go. Then I'm going to make my way back up to seated. Just coming to center. And seeing what I remember how I felt at the beginning, my pre-check before my rainbow, to how I'm feeling now. I am noticing the knot isn't as big on my right side of my neck. Excuse me, but it's still there slightly. Lower right side isn't as intense. I feel kind of an opening on the front of my body. My hips feel really good too at this moment. All right. We're going to move to our swimming frog. There's a few layers to this. So if you have a mat, if you're doing this with me or at a different time, wherever your feet are, and if they don't slide very easily, I recommend putting on a pair of socks or moving the mat so your feet can slide directly on the floor, okay? So I'm gonna make my way onto the mat. And my pre-check is just seeing how everything feels before I start moving. Now, I do have a little bit of a ponytail happening here. So I am going to grab a pillow here so I can take that pressure off the back of my head, and that is not working. So let's see what I can come up with. Haha, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm grabbing a blanket. I'm going to see if I can have my head a little bit anchored underneath my neck. So that ponytail, there we go. The things you can come up with whatever's around your house. Most of you can tell by my videos, I'm actually not in a house. I live full time with my husband and Gracie in our RV. It's pretty cool. We travel around. Year 2 doing this. It's pretty awesome. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, it actually feels really nice on my neck. So I'm noticing a tight sensation within my groin, going up a little bit into my psoas on the right side. Left feels more open. I feel a little bit of a twinge, lower right. So in the frog, we are going to be working on lower back, hips, pelvis, all the way down, actually, the legs to the toes, okay? A little bit of neck work on one of the sets that we're going to be doing, but not tons. But we will be adding the neck on one of these sets. So first, we're going to start with the right side. Your heel, right heel, stays on the ground. And I'm drawing a line from where my legs extended, bending my elbow, my knee, bringing my foot to the inside of my left leg. I'm feeling a pull inner right thigh. Here's my muscle contraction. And then I'm sliding it back. It does not leave, my foot does not leave the ground. Pause. Nice and loose. 2 more, because I'm going to do 3 per side or per set. Sliding up. Woohoo. Yeah, more getting closer to pelvis. This is going down into the hamstring, wrapping around the back of my right leg. And slide. Pause. 1 more. Dry my line. Pause. I'm not getting as much of a pull here now, actually. It's kind of cool. And slide. Now, just pause for a moment. Like I said, I noticed a release on that 3rd one on the inner thigh. Now, second set, My heel stays on the ground still, but this is where, like, if you were walking and you stepped in something, you wanted to look at the under your foot to see if you what it was. It's kind of the same kind of motion. And we have a little bit of a neck rotation here. If your neck is not feeling right for the rotation, you can omit the neck. So my knee comes up. It's coming across to the left, and I turn. Woo! I can't even get a full rotation here. My neck's a little bit tight. Have a little pull on my right. You can see just my right heel. And sliding back. Pause. 2 more. Sliding. Right knees coming over to the left leg. Turning. Oh, I can see a little bit more. Pause. Can feel this from my right lower back down into the glute, and also right here within my groin on the right side. And extend. Pause. 1 more. Sliding up the heel, bending the right knee. Right knee comes across. Want to see what I stepped in. Hopefully it wasn't anything scary. Pause. And then gently extend, nice and slow, always slow. What am I noticing on the movements? What's really neat is I'm not noticing any bumps or disconnect, sensory motor amnesia today. I'm just noticing tightness, and I'm trying to give those muscles the permission to let go. So we just did the right side. We're now going to do the left side. So first, left heel draws up. Pause. I can feel this more on my outer left, into my hip. More IT, and drawing it down. Pause. 2 more. Remember, the heel does not come off the ground. Gently drawing a line as if there was chalk on your heel. And from the bottom of the mat, drawing a line up in towards that right leg. Pause. Drawing down. One more. Draw. It's kind of funny because the sun is shifted and I can tell my head's illuminated. Pause. And draw down. Pause. Now the other way is if I'm looking to see if I got something on the bottom of my foot. Bending my left knee, sliding my left heel up, out, knee comes across, ooh, turning, pause. I have less mobility this way. It's kind of neat to observe. And then gently slide, pause. 2 more. Bending my knee, sliding, remember that left heel stays connected on the ground. Rotate my head to look left. If there's too much discomfort in the neck, omit the rotation of the neck. Slide the foot down. 1 more. Bending the left knee. Heel sliding up. Let's see what I stepped in. Pause. And then slide it down. Pause. Now, we're going to put both sides together. So remember, it's called swimming frog. Here we go. Sliding both heels in towards each other. Feet connect. Pause. And then slide back out. pause, slide in, rub it, pause. I have a few bumps here on the right, slide, relax all muscular effort. One more, slide, pause, and gently extend. Pause, relax. Take a nice deep breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Noticing opening within the groin and the pelvis. Hips feel a little bit more fluid. My feet feel like they're able to flop out more. Actually, I just feel looser. A nice opening, receiving. Lower back, not too bad. My neck actually feels pretty good compared to what I felt like this morning. So yesterday I did go for a run. And because I keep trying to prove to myself running's okay for my body, which feels amazing cardio-wise, but by the end of the day, my back really seizes up, especially from that disc disease in the lower back. Excuse me. But that's okay. Self-discovery, right? Gonna bend my knees, turn on to my side, and come to seated. Take a drink of water. Thank you so much for joining me on day 9. Felt absolutely amazing. That rainbow, the fluidity, getting mobility for my spine, and like with the swimming frog, working within the joints, the hips, the knees, and the feet. Like there's just so much benefit to these small, gentle flows. If you want more information on more history on the somatic practice that I'm doing, you can find it at Gentle Somatic Yoga with James Knight. He's the creator of Gentle Somatic Yoga. Or also just shoot me a message. There's so much information. This is all science-based, which is really cool. You can shoot me a message on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, send me an email, yogainSmallSpaces@gmail.com. So many ways to get a hold of me. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, like, and if you do subscribe, that you'll get updates when new videos come out. So thank you. Have a fantastic day, and I'll be back tomorrow, day 10. All right. Bye, everyone. Mwah! Have a good one.